on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again for bowling, bowling, bowling.
My mother's making music with my friends.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
This is what I deal with on a 12-hour car ride.
Hey!
Going places that
Making it fun!
seeing things that I may never see again.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
On the
Road again.
like a man of good
Since
things
we go down the highway, like the best of friends. Such a crazy world going our way. And our way.
I don't know if this will show, but yeah. Not even a mile left before we get to the house in Nebraska. And this giant train just decides to make us wait longer to get out of the car that I've been in all day. I love this. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks a lot.
Later that same evening.
We arrived. Yay, Nebraska. Yay. That was such a long drive. And now I get to go practice tomorrow. And another long drive the day after that, Friday. From here to Detroit, Michigan. So yay. Yay us. Thanks to my grandma for letting us stay with her in Nebraska. Hey guys. Coming at you a little behind the scenes action here from Nebraska. Just woke up, ate some breakfast, and I'm putting together a video for tomorrow. It's currently Thursday before I leave for Junior Gold, and tomorrow is when I leave for Junior Gold, and tomorrow is when this video gets uploaded. Let me show you guys. So right now, I'm currently editing together a spare shooting video for bowling tips. And can't wait for you guys to see this. And also totally beautiful outside here in Nebraska. Really excited to go practice today. I am bowling on last year's one of last year's Junior Gold patterns. The one from USA Bowl actually is what that I'm bowling on today. It's 45 feet. I've been bowling on a lot of short patterns lately, so I figured I would switch it up and ask for something long. I'll be bowling in Auburn, Nebraska at a place called Bulldog Alley. So be sure to check that out. Huge shout out to Nathan and Jenny, who are amazing people and help me out a lot every time that I'm up here in Nebraska. And they really are awesome people. So shout out to them. If you're ever in the area of Auburn, Nebraska, just randomly, be sure to check out their bowling alley. It's a great 8-lane bowling center, and I love bowling there. And I'll definitely take some video while I'm there later. So I'm gonna get back to this. Catch you guys around. What's going on, guys? Coming to you from the bowling alley in Auburn, Nebraska, Bulldog Alley. Great place, great food. Coleslaw is amazing. That's why it belongs on the chicken. Just saying. They get it here. It's delicious. I'm getting warmed up right now, having a practice session on one of last year's Junior Gold shots, and really excited to keep this moving forward and to bowl really well. I'll throw in a couple of shots of me bowling on this pattern, and you'll see how it goes. I did it. Yay. I left the lily. Hey guys, so back at my grandma's house now. It's Thursday evening. I practiced earlier today at Bulldog Alley, as you guys saw. And so I wanted to go over something really important for Junior Gold that I was able to come up with last year with the help of Del Warren, the Weber International men's team coach down in Florida. I had talked to him before I left for Junior Gold, as well as Mitch Beasley last year, 2018, and I was able to last year get a lot of advice from both Del and Mitch, and Del gave me an idea for the layout of a chart to use for the practice sessions every day at Junior Gold. So if you don't know, we are allowed 4 practice sessions, 1 at each bowling alley on Saturday and Sunday, and then competition starts Monday through Thursday for qualifying. Friday is the advancers round and first part of match play, and then Saturday is the rest of match play, including the television finals that night on Saturday. So the first Saturday that we get there, so the day after tomorrow, is whenever I'll start utilizing the practice sessions. And this is from last year. This is my chart from last year for the first day, my first practice session at City View Lanes in Fort Worth, Texas. So last year, the pattern was 42 feet. I've got it right here on my computer screen. It was 42 feet last year at City View. But on my chart, I wrote down 44 feet, so I was too long. And on the chart, the first section is outside playable, ? Yes, it was. It certainly was. And Del told me to choose 2 balls for each bowling center that I liked the best out of my 5 for my arsenal. So I chose the Paradox Black and the Game Breaker 3. And then for the surface, I wrote down what surface was on each. So on the Paradox Black, I had box, and on the GB3, I had applied a fresh 2000 grit. And the pattern type was a long pattern. And then down below, I wrote pattern distance. The mark that I had at the arrows and the break point on fresh, which was 6 and 6. And then on the low end, notes, and notes on in front of the desk in the bowling center, and then notes on the high end as well, and then just extra notes in general about the bowling center, which I've bowled at all these bowling centers a lot in my life, being in Dallas. Is where all of these are, the DFW area. And so I've bowled at a lot of tournaments at them. So I knew a lot of the characteristics of the house. USA Bowl was my second practice session. And on the outside playable part, I had low end only. And I mainly just had 1 ball choice for it, and it was the Game Breaker 3, which I ended up using for all 4 games, I believe. At USA Bowl, I went plus 43 there last year. And the surface on it was a 2000 grit pad again, and it was a medium pattern, and I wrote down 39 feet, and looking back at it, it was 45 feet. So I was quite wrong on that. And that's actually the pattern that I practiced on in practice today, which was 45 feet, like I said. But I wrote down 13 and 10 for my break point, 10, and arrows was 13. And low end, and in front of the desk, high end, and extra notes again, just about the characteristics of the house. At AMF Garland, my third practice session, for the outside playable, I put yes, and then my ball number 1 was Purple Hammer, ball number 2 was Paradox Black, 1000 grit on the Purple Hammer, 2000 grit on the Paradox Black, and it was definitely a short pattern. I wrote down that it was 36 feet, and I got that correct. It was 36 feet. And I wrote down my mark at the arrows and break point with urethane was 4 and 4, so playing up 4. And then my characteristics of the house notes. And then for forum lanes, for the outside playable, I put only on the high end. Ball number 1 was the Logix, ball number 2 was the Paradox Black. Surface on the Logix was light 2000, and then Paradox Black was box, and it was a medium pattern. I wrote down 39 feet, and I got that right. So 2 out of the 4 patterns I got correct on the length. And then my fresh mark at the arrows and break point was 13 and 9. And I talked about the low end, in front of the desk, high end, and notes again, extra notes. And so the main reason of doing this is to learn and understand and prepare yourself for the next 4 days after you get these 4 practice sessions. And it's very important to learn about them and especially take down notes in case you forget something. And so something that's really important for me this year is to do the same chart and the same notes. I have it a little bit cleaner on my page here than I did last year. Last year was kind of just scratched down. But this year I'm going to be a lot more prepared and I'm a lot more excited about the practice sessions and taking advantage of them. Now at one of these centers, actually at Thunderbolt Lanes, they have an arena bay is what it's called, and it's a completely different side of the bowling center, and you'll get to see some shots from there. I believe that we will be utilizing that in qualifying, and so as long as we are, then during the practice session I have a little section mapped out for it, because during the World Series of Bowling this past PBA season, the pros had discussed how much earlier hooking that it was in the arena bay and how much different that it played, and for me that means that I have to treat it like a completely different bowling alley. So that's something that's very important to take advantage of and learn, because if I'm able to stay consistent throughout the house, if we do utilize the arena bay, then that will set me aside from a lot of other bowlers, especially if I'm able to get some really good games out of that, especially if one side of the house is playing easier than the other one, and taking advantage of that is very important. And so I just want to be prepared for that or whatever comes my way. And I'm really excited about this year. If you haven't checked out my Junior Gold Arsenal series to find out what that I'll be throwing this week, be sure to check that out on the information card above on your screen. And other than that, guys, we're leaving in the morning pretty early, and so I'll be sure to take some videos of that. And I can't wait to show this experience to you guys and for you guys to be a part of it. So thanks, and here you go.